Hello, my name is Linda, also known as Tortagialla around the internet, and I'm an artist and stationery enthusiast. I design digital printables to help creative folks like you with journaling and documenting your life, your thoughts, and your hopes and dreams. So today, I have a very special video. I want to start out by saying thank you so much to Allie from Dabbling in Journals here on YouTube. I've been following her for quite a while, and I really love her enthusiasm and her love for journaling and everything that she shares. It's just a very happy time when you turn on your YouTube and watch her. So a while back, she had a giveaway on her channel, and I actually won. I'm so grateful, and I want to thank Allie for such a generous giveaway. I got the package a while ago, but I was on vacation this whole summer with my 3 kids in the US. So now we are back in Italy, and finally I'm getting back and trying to get back into the rhythm and sorts of things, and trying to find some kind of routine. But I wanted to share the opening of this amazing giveaway prize, and so I did record the unboxing when I opened this up after getting back from vacation. And I just want to say it is so generous of Allie to have a giveaway in general, and it was such a substantial giveaway. She actually gave away a standard sized Camel Traveler's Notebook plus accessories. So basically, I think of it as like sharing her love of journaling with someone else that watches her channel. So I am so very thank you so much, Allie. And I definitely feel like a responsibility to, really make use of this. And I feel like because this all started on YouTube, that I need to document the whole process and share the whole process with the rest of you. So you can see here it was the Camel standard size traveler's notebook. She included a super lightweight insert and the craft folder, and here's the little postcard that she included with a beautiful fountain pen writing, her little message, and of course she included this other, I think this is like a handmade little folder insert for the traveler's notebook, and it's filled with goodies. Oh my god, it's so amazing. This is such a huge giveaway. I am so grateful. I feel like the stationery community is such a positive and sort of bright light in everything that's going on. No matter what you're going through in your life or whatever, you can still turn to journaling. And for those of us who are into this hobby, it's just about using journaling not only to have fun, and it's our hobby and interacting with the community. It seems like such a simple kind of thing, but at the same time it means so much and brings so much joy to all of our lives, I think. So thank you so much to Allie for this giveaway. I really appreciate it, and all the extra goodies that you have included. I'm so thankful, really from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I'm definitely going to document as much as possible and share here on YouTube, because I feel like I can sort of share collectively with everyone what she has given me and basically enabled me to do more journaling. So thank you again so much. So I'm just going through and looking through all of these pet tapes that she's giving me. I mean, they're so cute, and I'm really loving the fact that there are also different ethnicities. It definitely is really hard to find not just pet tapes, but anything that has characters in it, to have multiple ethnicities. And I think now it's definitely upcoming, they're putting more multicultural kind of things, but I definitely would like to see more. So I'm so constantly amazed by how wonderfully kind the stationery community is, and I do feel like it's all of this is coming to me at a time when I really need it. It's sort of how everything works, I guess, right? In life, it always sort of ends up like that. But yeah, so I just wanted to share this unboxing and show you all the goodies. And of course, I'm going to jump in and show you when I finally break into this journal and start using it. I definitely thought like long and hard about this because it's almost like I wanted to do it all justice. You know what I mean? All of these wonderful goodies that Ali sent me, I don't want it to like just sit on the shelf and not be used. And there's always that fear, like when you open something brand new, like a new insert and brand new things, it's like you have all these great intentions, but then like time takes over and then you end up like not doing, what you want to do. I actually do have camel, standard covers. Camel's my favorite color, so pretty much almost all of my traveler's notebooks are camel. I only have the special edition train passport one, but everything else is camel. So I'm super happy to get another camel, and again, I feel like I have to do it justice to make it have a certain purpose. And I realized that it actually makes so much sense to have a journal that I can journal here on YouTube and be very free about it, and like free as in like showing everything. I know sometimes like people will show their journals or their planners and they have to like put post-it notes and block off things because obviously there are privacy issues. And I definitely have that as well. Not that I have any kind of, secret information or anything. It's more like my kids, like I just really don't know. I'm not really sure how to navigate like the online space and how I feel about it, and if I want to show pictures of my kids, which obviously I have already, but like how much, just all those things. And I feel like if I have a journal that is very much dedicated to YouTube, then it's like I know that I can show everything and be free with it. And there are other places that are kept private. Like often, I know people do have like personal journals, right, that they never share with anyone. And in years past, I have had an A6 Hobonichi that I did personal journaling in, and that was like the private, but I don't have that this year. So I feel like this sort of idea might really make sense. And again, I'm still sort of working on it because I feel like the super lightweight insert is so special, and I kept wondering like how am I supposed to use it? Like how do I do it justice? Because it's a special type of paper that is very like lightweight and sort of see-through, almost like onion skin. So it's like, are you supposed to write on both sides? Are you supposed to like collage freely? And you'll see later on when I get into it that I'm like there thinking. So here I'm just sort of like comparing the other camel cover that I have and just showing like the slight differences, because of course every single piece of leather is special and unique. And every journal is going to be very personal, and they're not all the same. So here you can see this is the wonderful items that I received from Ali. The standard camel traveler's notebook, the super lightweight, and amazing goodies. And so if you didn't already know, I am a mother of 3, and I'm originally from Southern California, but I live here in Tuscany, Italy right now. And it's very hard for me to get like long spans of time to do journaling. It's very much very like stop and go, like being interrupted a lot. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. So I usually leave my journals out on my desk so that like when I get some time, I can like go add something. So even though I really love like journal with me's that are like long sessions and like talking, with my situation, I can't like record the audio in real time, and so I have to do sort of like a voiceover, unless I just put music over it. But I personally like chatty videos. I like hearing the person's voice, so that's why I make videos like this. I feel like if you don't like hearing the person talk when they're journaling, you can just mute it and then put on your own music. So that's an option if you've never thought about that. But basically I'm just going to dive into this new traveler's notebook with the super lightweight insert. Again, thank you so much, Allie, for all of these goodies. I'm definitely going to incorporate the postcard she sent with her writing. So I am crumpling up a like craft piece of paper. So I have like a whole bunch of these because if you can see there's like hole punched on the sides because I had used it for a different like book craft in the past. But then it just like broke apart and I took all the pages out and was like, okay, I'm going to use all these craft pieces of paper as like scrap paper. So that's why I have so much of this, which I do love craft, paper and texture. So you're probably going to see a lot of this in my journaling. So I crumple it up to create like that, messy, crumply texture. And I'm just going to cut off the parts with holes. And I'm going to cover up this whole left side of the super lightweight insert because even though I really like the orange color, for this very like start opening page, I feel like the orange is like super bright. So I will keep the cover that way and like decorate the front cover at some point. But for right now, I'm opening it up and doing like that very first page. So I just want to cover up the left side with this craft paper that is a little easier on the eyes and more neutral. And I think that goes with the postcard more because the postcard she gave me, I don't think it like matches very well with the super bright orange. So I'm just using a regular glue stick. This is basically like my kids' school supplies. Like we buy most things in bulk, so we sort of all use the same things. So I'm just using a regular glue stick and I'm going to glue up this left side of the insert cover, and then I'm going to stick the craft paper all over it. And I don't know about you, like I really like adding lots of different types of paper and ephemera and just all kinds of things like tipping into my inserts. So my inserts get pretty chunky, but I still haven't really like perfected like if there's quote unquote a proper way to do it. Like right here, I'm trying to slip in the paper almost like a little bit under the whole signature of the insert so that you don't see like not even like a sliver of that orangey color. But I don't know if that's necessarily a great thing to do. I don't actually I like all the traveler's notebook inserts, they're all stapled together, right? Except for like the spiral bound special sketchbooks and things like that, but all of their inserts, they're all staple bound. And that's one thing that I'm not like a huge fan when it comes to traveler's notebooks products. I wish that they were sewn because I feel like if they were sewn, they would be so much more strong and sturdy, simply because of the fact that I add so much to my inserts. They really do get bulked up, and it's very easy for like even just the cover part of it to like rip off because you're adding so many pages inside. And I have another insert that I think I added like pattern paper on every single page of the insert, so it just went crazy and was not holding up very well. I had to like washi tape some of the inside parts, and then it just gets really wonky. So I know that if you have like the materials, you probably could take the staples out and sew up the insert yourself and reinforce it, right? So I haven't done that myself, although I have made like handmade or homemade inserts with different types of papers, which is another thing I actually want to do at some point, is get like a bunch of travelers notebooks inserts, like official ones, but like mix all the papers and make new inserts from them, because sometimes I feel like I just want that variety. Like instead of having one insert with all the same type of paper, right? If you buy like a cream paper insert, like the special, the Traveler's Factory, like black paper insert, and maybe mix in some like vellum pieces or some super lightweight, although I know it's hard to find that particular insert right now. but like mix all the papers. That would be pretty cool. So that's like a future project. Also because from the B-Sides and Rarities collection of Traveler's Notebook, there's also, what do they call it? The message card inserts and like the letter pad sort of inserts. They're basically meant to be like papers and cards that you like, they're perforated and you rip them out, right? So it's meant to be consumed. So those inserts, like when you use them all, you still have the cover left. And of course, me being like a paper stationery lover, I'm not just gonna like toss that cover. So I think I showed in my last video, like I really want, I should use that message card like cover, like decorate it and use it to make like my own insert. I think that that makes sense rather than like tossing it, right? So some of the things that Traveler's Notebooks that they make that are sort of like these usable, goods as an insert. Afterwards, you could turn it into your own homemade insert. So you can see here, I added the craft paper on the left side of the cover, and then I washi taped, like tipped in the postcard, because I want to have it there right when you open up the insert. And I'm using my new Uniball 1P gel pen to write in here, and I'm actually surprised at myself. I think it was because I was like in a hurry to make sure that I could finish like a certain amount. I just went in and started writing, and sorry for my head there. Like I have the overhead camera set up, but obviously I don't know how you guys do it when you film. It's so hard to not be like hunched over your journal, because I think that my default is to be like very, very close to my journal when I'm writing. So when you're filming and you have to be like farther away and set back, it is weird. I don't know about you. Maybe I should just change the angle, but I don't have multiple cameras, so I don't exactly know how to do like all the fancy editing and splicing in different angles and stuff. That would be like a future one day if I can. I will definitely try to get better at making videos, but for now everything is sort of overhead, so please excuse when my head goes into frame basically. But this Uniball 1P, I believe it's 0.38, so it's very, very fine. I can write really small with it. And on this left hand side, I'm just writing in like summer 2023, and just writing my thoughts about how I got this as a giveaway from Allie and how thankful I am, and a little bit about how I'm going to use this journal and this insert, really, sort of setting it up. I don't know if you guys do this all the time when you start a new journal. Do you like write your intentions or sort of like an intro, prologue, whatever you want to call it, in the very beginning? I sometimes do it, but oftentimes I also just forget because I'm much more concentrated on the visual aspect of simply how do you say, decorating like that first page rather than writing about anything. But I do think it is a very good idea to sort of start an insert or a journal with some kind of like intentional intro paragraph. I think it might really help for you to like get your mindset, like, okay, what am I using this journal for? What is it meant for? How is it supposed to like maybe help me, or what are you quote unquote allowed to do in it? I definitely have many different types of journals because I compartmentalize like many different aspects of my life. So like I do memory keeping in my Hobonichi cousin, and then I do planning on like separate inserts, disc bound, because I usually don't keep those. I journal like in my 3-year Midori, which is like very quick entries. I definitely have like creative type of journals. I don't know if you call it like it's almost like art journaling or creative journaling or visual journaling, where you might not necessarily have like paragraphs and paragraphs of actual writing, because it's more about like the collage or the deco, like the visual component of it all. So again, people will have like media journals, or this is my journal for health, or this is my journal for, XYZ topic. And I really do like that because I get distracted very easily, and it does help me mentally to be like, okay, this journal is for this. So when I open it up, I'm doing this one thing. And it definitely does help me. But again, you always flip back to the other side, right? Where you're like, I just want to do whatever. So I do have like smaller pocket journals that are just like anything goes. I put everything in there. And I guess it's sort of like a commonplace book, which seems to be like a really popular thing these days because people are talking about it and posting videos about it, where basically you're collecting quotes, you're collecting thoughts, or you're writing notes, and it's just like all kinds of things. Sorry for my hair in there. I feel like I need to pay more attention when I'm filming, as to like what is in the frame. So I'm sorry about that. But you can see I'm just playing with these papers that I got from the giveaway. I definitely want to use the supplies that Allie so graciously provided in this cover opening page as well, because I think that really fits to open up, like start this journal. So I want to decorate this opening page. And I know that some people, they say that they don't actually decorate this opening page of their traveler's notebook insert until like the end, or like, later on while they're using the insert. I always want to decorate like the opening page first. I think it's such a fun part to sort of like open up the insert or the journal to be like what I want the feel to be like, what I want, the vibe or aesthetic. And so I am leaving this video in real time to sort of show you like how many variations and like how many things I try before actually sticking something down. Even though sometimes I do feel very rushed because like I need to get back to my kids or do something. But I can't help like testing all the things. So I don't know how many of you guys do that as well. It's like when you're journaling, obviously if you look at a finished journal page and there's like a certain number of elements on it, it's not like it takes 50 minutes to glue X amount of pieces of paper down or add these stickers down. It's the whole process, right, where you're like interviewing and trying and seeing like, do I like this or do I not like this? And ultimately at the end of the day, it obviously doesn't matter, right? Like you can put anything anywhere. It's like very personal and just up to you. It's not, a contest or something. There is no right or wrong. Even if you want to follow like design principles and things, they're also made to be broken, because everything is a personal taste kind of thing. So really you can do whatever you want. But I think part of the fun is sort of like doing this sort of trial thing, right? Where you're like trying out and you're sort of like playing with your supplies at the same time, even if you're not using it and it's still a part of your stash and you're just looking through it. I think there's something about those of us who love stationery who sort of like doing this, right? Like you look through your supplies each time, you're like, ooh, there's this, there's that. This is so cool. Like I could put this, I could put that. And it's just really fun. I don't know. Am I the only one who thinks that? Let me know if you do that too, and if you actually like the process. It's not like I dislike looking through my supplies or I can't find something. I'm really just auditioning everything, right? Is that the word? Auditioning each piece? It actually makes me think of when you watch movies and you know how they always have that montage music section where the protagonist and his or her friends or whatever will like try out like a million outfits and like, walk down like the catwalk kind of thing in a shop, and there's that whole montage. and obviously it probably has nothing to do with like the final outfit that they pick, but it's just fun. And I feel like that is sort of what all this stationery stuff is as well. Like you're just playing with your stationery, and that is the fun part. And I think that that's what it like takes you back to being a kid, where you just have like all these supplies around you and you just can do whatever you want. And of course, we all want to have like a final product, like a lovely page that we enjoy looking at, or whatever, we personally like it. But at the end of the day, it's like the whole process of that time that you've been playing that is really the amazing part. And I think what ultimately all of us are really drawn to, right? It also makes me think about how that's why so many people, like in the planner community, more like on the planning side, well, they'll say like, okay, I'm gonna set up another planner or set up another journal. Like setups are so fun because there's all this intention and you get to embark like on a new project. And I know that it's difficult because you gotta follow through and like finish. And many of us have like a gajillion journals perhaps that are like started and not finished. But I think it's okay. Like, I don't think we should beat ourselves up for enjoying the process, if that makes sense. Like, do we have to finish every single journal that we own? And I know that, many discussions of being like, I don't know, too consumeristic or like overconsumption, and, all of those thoughts come to mind and all of that. But at the same time, I just feel like sometimes we're too hard on ourselves, and we should just be like, if possible, if we can just be more easygoing about it and be like, I enjoy doing this, that's why I'm doing it. And obviously, as long as you're not making decisions that are like majorly adversely affecting your life or your lifestyle, it's all in good fun, right? So I'm definitely trying to like tweak my mindset a bit more, stop trying to be so hard on myself or negative, especially because this summer when we got back from vacation, basically I've been spending a lot of time like also trying to clean. Like, we've had to obviously go through all of like our kids' clothing and closets and all that kind of stuff, and I've been trying to go through my desk, all my supplies, so many things. And like, there are moments when you're like so overwhelmed and just like, there's just too much stuff, cannot handle it. I feel like my brain is gonna like explode. And that's just for like all kinds of household things, but also just for your stationery supplies, right? So I found my like well, I think I had traveler's notebooks inserts in like different locations, but finally when I got them all together and trying to organize all the things, I realized, I was like, oh my god, I have so many like backup or extra, or I'm going to eventually use traveler's notebooks inserts. And I'm like, I do not need to buy anything new. But of course, you see the new shiny thing and you can't help but want to quote unquote collect it, or have it in your stash. And again, I feel like it's okay, if of course, if you can afford it and it's something that you can do. If it brings you that much joy, is it really that horrible? I think that when it comes to things, it's harder because it remains in your house and it's there and you're constantly reminded about it, right? Whereas, like, for example, if you think about perishable goods, if you were out and you had like another coffee with your friend or like for yourself, it's something that you consume immediately. So of course you still spent money on it, but it doesn't like remain in your house because you've already finished it and consumed it. So it's very different, even though at the end of the day, like black and white, you still spent, XYZ money, right? So I don't know. These are just all thoughts that are swimming in my head as I like try to clean up and organize my stationery. And you can see here I have spent like how long, like just rearranging supplies and stickers and things to do this opening page in the Traveler's in this super lightweight insert. By the way, the opening page that has like this little frame and the Travelers Company logo, that is seems to be still like the regular Midori paper. It's after that intro page in the inside that has the super lightweight, like see-through-ish kind of onion skin papers. I think that they keep that set. So fast forward, I've actually come back at a later time, and you can see that I found different die cuts and sort of rearranged things a little bit and stuck down different papers, and using this little label right here. And I realized that when I peeled it off, it's sort of like translucent, like see-through. So it's actually pretty cool. Now I'm going to try using this Uniball 1B1 P pen, the little one, cute chubby one, to write on it. I hope it stays and the ink doesn't smear. I'm not very good at knowing like what pen goes where. I do have a lot of different pens and stuff, but I guess I'm not very good at keeping track. So I wrote my name there, just to sort of label it, and now I'm just going to leave it and not touch it. If I leave it there for like the whole day, it'll probably dry properly and not rub off. So now I'm just going to go ahead and stick down these layers of paper, and I'm just using like old book paper, these very cool like fibery type of papers that Ali sent me, and I really like them. They're so like organic, feeling, and it's not to say that I don't like bright kawaii designs, because I do, but I also really like the organic, natural and neutrals and that kind of thing too. I guess I like everything. So I'm just gonna paste down these different layers of paper, and I decided to use this little pumpkin girl because we are moving into fall soon, and I'm definitely ready for the fall season. It's not that I'm like super crazy like how some people are really into like the fall or like Halloween or things like that. I think I've just had it with the heat and all that, so I'm like, and actually my birthday month is actually September, so I guess I've always been sort of a fall girl, like by default. So I'm just semi cutting out this pet tape girl shape, and I'm going to stick it on. And as you can see, I'm not very good at fussy cutting, and since this is pet tape, like, I don't know, do you guys cut out like very close to the line, or do you just like do it very roughly? Because I feel like since it's transparentish like pet tape, you're not really going to see, right, the background, or do you have to be careful? I don't know. I'm just not very precise, so like you can see I'm skipping a lot of parts, rather than taking the time to cut off the clear part, because I'm assuming that when I stick it on, it'll be okay, because it won't, you won't really see it. I don't know. I don't know how you guys handle that. I'm not actually very big on fussy cutting because I'm so bad at it. And of course, it takes a lot of time, right? Even though I know that if you have some minutes, you can probably just sit there and like make cutouts, right? I know that people do that and use the sticker release paper, because they can, like, when they have time, they just cut out a bunch of things and then stick it in the sticker release paper so it's ready to go. But I have not ventured to do that yet. And you can see here I'm like having trouble taking off this thing just because I'm not doing it properly, probably. So finally I get it, and I'm gonna stick it on here, so that she is sort of like the feature element of this cover page. I guess it's like a cover spread because I've got the left hand side, the tip in, and the whole title page here. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. So it's pretty funny how, like, on Instagram, I'm on Instagram, by the way, it's tortagialla, and I follow a lot of people who do very like minimalist neutrals and that kind of design. and I really love it. I think that it's so calming to see people who do pages that have all this white space and like there's just a little bit of writing here, and it just looks like so very cool to me. The problem is I can never do that. Like if I try to journal in that way, like I might have that intention to begin with, but once I start journaling, I just like keep sticking stickers on and die cuts and papers, and suddenly I'm like maximalist. I don't know, that just naturally comes to me. I guess I want to use the supplies, or I just want to like stick more stuff on. It's like a compulsion. Even though, like, when it comes to seeing like the end product, I really do love people who have those minimalist pages. I just can't seem to do them myself. I feel like when I try to do minimalist pages, they turn out looking very like I have no supplies and I don't have anything to use. Like it just doesn't come out the same. So I don't know. I have not perfected that art. So I'm using this other little piece of tape, washi tape, I think, that is from Allie's Generous Supplies, and I just really like the whole tree part there, so I wanted to put it like on that edge of that frame, and I'm going to cut up the rest of this and add it on. And I mean, I guess if you look very close up, you could see that it's all pieced together, but I do think it looks sort of cool, like it's sort of like collaged together, so it's like I'm making my own little version of the forest next to the lady. So I like this whole setup, and just gonna continue like playing around. And gosh, I so love like these types of washi tapes. I think they're washi tapes, right? What's the difference between a pet tape and a washi tape? Because there's also like matte pet tape. Is matte tape? Well, maybe not. I think it's the material, right, of the tape itself, if it's like more plastic or if it's more like paper. So anyways, I'm just sticking all of this in, and I like this whole background, but I don't like how it's like cut off at the top, because you can see like that straight line. So I'm trying to look for something to like, what can I add there to like, smooth out that line so it's not like a straight, cropped line up there. So I guess this is when I get into my even more maximalist mode, because I just want to add more and more things. And I found a whole stack of these like MU rub-on, what are they, print-on stickers. They're basically rub-ons, and I'm a huge fan of rub-ons because you can add all this designs and things to your journaling, and they don't add bulk because it's not even as bulky as adding a piece of paper, right? Because they're just like a light film. So I found this like green stuff that I can rub on, and it looks almost like it's like the top leaves of the tree, so it sort of fits. And I should probably be using like something proper to rub this, but I'm just using the pen that is not clicked open to rub on. I'm like very use whatever's around me kind of thing to do what I need to do and get it done. So I'm adding that in, so I guess it looks like sort of like trees. So that definitely makes it like less noticeable that there's like a straight line like just cropped right there. But there are open spaces there, so I feel like I'm going to add something at some point. And now that I'm closing up the insert, I realized that the postcard, I might have added it too close to the center, the spine, because when I close it, it's like poofy, and it's just sort of annoying, like when you close up the insert. So I'm gonna have to try to rip this out and shift it more to the left hand side. And I could have put it all the way to the edge, but if I put it all the way to the edge, in order to tip it in with washi, you would have to put part of the washi on the front cover, which I didn't want to. I just wanted everything to be on this inside left hand side. That's why I need like a little bit of space to add the washi, but I just need to move it over a bit more, like some millimeters. Anyways, I'm going through this like whole process of trying to rip the washi tape off, which it rips off really nicely on any of these like coated paper surfaces, but on the craft paper underneath, it's definitely like ripping the paper itself, so that was not good. But I'm just like smushing it over a little and leaving more room on the right hand side so that it doesn't create like an awkwardy bump when I close this insert. And obviously there are more elegant ways to do this, but I'm just fussing around with it. But more or less, I think it's okay. And at the end of the day, it's like these are just really small details that I don't think is a big deal, because once you like bulk up your insert anyways, it's gonna get, more and more poofy and quote unquote distorted. So here under the pumpkin, like next to the lady, I just feel like it's all empty. Like I need to put something there. Again, my maximalist self, like I need to put something there. So I'm putting away these supplies into the craft folder and thinking like, what do I want to add there? And I guess I want to write something. So a supply that I often use is the what do you call this? What is the word? The Dymo label maker. It's like for little kids. I mean, the old-fashioned one, right? Like super, super old-fashioned one, not like the new ones that they have that is more like a printer. This is like the old school. So I really like the old school one. I actually bought it on purpose because I like the whole smushy, like, you have to punch each letter and it's actually imprinting it into the plastic itself. And I just like the way it looks. So I use this a lot in my journals. You'll see it a lot, like this black and white like label. Although I have bought other colors. So if you didn't know, like the black, and white lettering, that is like the classic, right? But they actually sell, instead of black, they sell other colors as well. I think I bought like bronze or silver or something, but I haven't even used it yet. But that, I'm just so used to like the black one. I just feel like maybe it's because I create such like maximalist pages and there's like everything going on, having this like black label, it draws your attention immediately to the label. So at least you have like one focal point that you're looking at before looking at the rest of the page that is like filled with all the things, because I can't help myself and I just keep sticking stuff down. So yeah, I really like using these Dymo label stickers to add like some kind of sentiment or a title, whatever you want to call it. So here I just put journal love, and I think it fills up that space nicely. We're just holding the pumpkin, so it really like creates the like cohesive unit. So I think that's all I'm doing right now, and I feel like this front cover, like I have to decorate it somehow, but I don't know how. I like the way it looks, I like the way the labeling that says super lightweight and all of that foiling. But so this is what I have so far in starting this insert, and you can see that I still have this left-hand side that is regular paper. Then the super lightweight paper starts. So I'm going to journal in that. But I wonder if I need to cover something. I'm like always adding tip-ins and things. So this is what I have so far, but I'm definitely going to share more. And I feel like maybe I can make this like a weekly appointment where I show you what I add to this journal on a weekly basis. Let me know if that is something that you would be interested in, and also if you want to see it like real time or sped up, what makes sense. And again, I'm into like the chatty videos where I'm just like chit-chatting about stationery and my thoughts and things, but of course if you didn't want to listen, you could have just muted and let the video run and play your own music while you journal, which is sort of like a journal with me kind of thing. So again, thank you so much to Allie for your giveaway. I'm so thankful to have won this beautiful Camel Travels notebook and the super lightweight insert and all of the supplies and beautiful things that you sent. I'm definitely going to make use of it and continuing with this journal, and obviously also documenting here on YouTube, because I feel again like it's something that I can share with everyone. It's almost like I feel a responsibility, and I think it's fun. It's interesting. I've never created a journal like I think from the beginning, like filming it all the way through. I don't think I've ever done that. It's always like bits and pieces, right? Because I'm journaling all over the place and doing things in and out, and not always filming, of course. But maybe this is the one insert that I can actually film from like start to finish, which would be very fun to like see that journey and share that with everyone, and you know, just chit chat about stationery and journaling, which is something that we all love. So you can see this is the insert, and I've tipped in the postcard from Allie, wrote a little intro, and had minimal decoration, and then made this whole opening page, Journal Love. And I'm coming back again at a later time, and I wanted to show you that that label dried and my name did not smear, and so that is all good. At some point I'm going to decorate this cover. I just don't have in my mind exactly how I'm going to do it and still preserve all of the foiling because I like that. And I want to show you, I did decorate this left-hand side page again with the craft paper and more stickers, and just tried to keep it minimal. And I did journal on the right-hand side, and I'm using this traveler's notebook like pencil board because I really need the guide, so that I don't write like completely crooked. So I'm using the same Uniball 1P pen. It's 0.38, so it's really like fine. So you can see I've journaled in here, and yeah, it's totally see-through, which is very cool. At the same time, now that I've done the first page, I'm sort of like, oh my god, like pausing and not knowing, like, should I only journal on the right hand side and always collage on the left? Like, does that work? Or just like do throughout? So what I've done is actually printed out a bunch of things that I've created in the past years. I thought it would be interesting to sort of document a lot of the printables, like printable designs that I've created, that I've shared with people that are available for download. So I used to be on Patreon, but I ended that because Patreon still operates in Russia, and with, you know, modern events and everything that's going on, I just don't want to support that. So I moved to Ko-fi and just wanted to try like a different platform that works a little bit differently than Patreon. So I'm on Ko-fi, where you can basically support one time, like you're giving a tip to someone, like buying a coffee for someone, or you can join the membership and actually it's like a monthly, you know, reoccurring membership, sort of like Patreon, and you will get, you know, whatever is in that tier. So I have a paper crafting tier, which is basically like a monthly set of printable papers that I design. And then there is the upper level, where there's also a video. And, you know, it's very affordable. It's just something that I started wanting to build a community, and also like valuing my time and my work. Obviously, I include like lots of free, like totally free downloads on my blog, tortagialla.com. So you can go there and download, like, I mean, there's like 10 years worth of printables there that you can download. But I just decided to start Ko-fi to sort of like, you know, try to make it something that is also valuing my time. So you can see I have like a whole bunch of printables there that I've cut out, because I started doing, like I used to do collage pages, and I've sort of started up doing like collage pages as well, where basically it's like a bunch of different elements, and so you can print it out, cut it up, and then use it to add to your journal. And you can see there's like envelope, there's like mini tiny books, there's, and so you can see like this super lightweight paper, you can see through it. So I'm sort of confused, like, if I print out things, which is what I originally thought to do, and add it to the left-hand side all the time and only journal on the right, but all of my printables that are printed, they're white on the back. So if I stick it on the left-hand side, you're just going to see white, which seems like, I don't know, it just seems like I'm not making use of the fact that this onion skin like type of paper is so cool that it's see-through, and I would like to see like color, if that makes sense. And I don't know, I'm probably making like overanalyzing and overthinking this and like trying to figure out like what is the quote unquote right thing to do, even though there is no such thing, right? Like when it comes to journaling, you can do whatever you want. But let me know if you have ideas. I still feel like I want to come up with some kind of way that I'm using printables and papers and stickers and whatever in with this journaling, and it like makes sense on this type of paper. And I know Allie uses this as one of her favorite types of inserts, and she usually like decorates on the left side and writes on the right side. And of course she's using like a fountain pen, I think, and I'm just using, you know, gel pen here. But I don't know. I don't know what to do now, and so I'm like a little bit stuck right now. I don't know how to do like the next page. Like, what should I put on the left side? Or maybe I should just like stop limiting myself. I don't know why I always try to create like rules for myself when I do something, to be like, okay, it has to be this way, do it this way, and when in fact it doesn't have to be that way, right? Like I journaled on this first page. Why can't I just intermix, right? Like some journaling, add in a little thing, some journaling, add in a little thing, and it'll be a big mix from left to right page that doesn't have to like follow any scheme. So when you open it up, you might see some color, you might see some white. I don't know. Does that bother me? I guess the white sort of bothers me. Ugh, I don't know now. I am creating problems for myself. This is like first world journaling problems, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm going to think about it and come back next week and share what I have done. So for now, I have started this journal. And again, thank you so much, Allie, for the giveaway. And this is me breaking into it and sharing with everyone. And I hope you guys enjoy. I guess I'm starting like a new series if I keep journaling with this. And again, as I've mentioned before, if you like printables, I am on Ko-fi, and of course there are totally free printables on my blog, tortagialla.com as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, see you later.